Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday. There's an Apple event today. The rumor is that it's going to be all about their new streaming service, and they're jumping into production, creating their own TV shows, movies, things like that. But we generally cover Apple events on the vlog, so we're going to do it again today. Let's go. Apple News is the first thing they're talking about. There's been a rumor that they were going to have like a pay service. So we'll see. Magazines are coming to Apple News. For the younger generation, magazines were like web articles, but on paper. Apple News Plus. The plus is the part you pay for. First flub. Apple News Plus will bring you 3,000 magazines. Sorry, a tenth of what I said. Also, realistically, are there even 3,000 magazines left? Like, it's a lot of them have died. I'm not sure exactly what this guy is wearing, but it looks like he stepped out of A Clockwork Orange, and that's slightly concerning to me. Live covers are super cool. I mean, like, it should move. Like, if you're going to have it on a digital device, it should move, but it's still really neat. It actually reminds me a little bit of what the Apple TV does when you're browsing movies on their hardware. The remote is like touch sensitive, and there's different elements that are on different layers that kind of gives like this 3D perspective. It's just really neat. It's like a little detail that is not necessary but adds a lot. Apple, especially in like the last year or so, has been really pushing the fact that they offer privacy, and they're doing that in this news presentation as well, because they're like, hey, we don't track you. Because someone else might, but we don't, not us. Remember, we're the privacy people. $9.99 a month. As if we thought it would be any other cost. But as they very helpfully pointed out, it costs $8,000 a year to get these magazines. The family sharing thing is really cool. You pay $9.99 and you have it for your entire family, which is up to 6 people. Obviously, that's going to be more beneficial for some people than others. And also, if you have children, they're probably not interested in reading the news. But if you got other like adults in your family group, the cost could probably pay for itself. I'm not the target market for this because I really don't spend a whole lot of time reading the news. But when I have used the Apple News app, and it has been nice. I'm sure for someone who has an iOS device and regularly reads news, this might be a consideration for them. I think Apple just revealed that they're going to have their own credit card called Apple Card. I mean, what else would you name it? Apple Card is a very interesting idea. They are literally letting you sign up for their own credit card from within the phone, get approved within minutes, and then it's a digital thing, so they don't have to mail you anything, so it's just on your phone. And they're doing something that's very reminiscent of Mint in terms of like showing you all of your transactions, but telling you exactly where they're from instead of some of the jargon that you normally get on a credit card statement. It's not the direction I thought that this event was going to go, but here we are. Wow. 2% cash back on everything is pretty good, and you get it every single day. So if you buy something, then like that day, or I guess within 24 hours or whatever, it's added to your Apple Cash card. Neat. 3% daily cash on purchases directly from Apple. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I'm gonna be honest, this all sounds pretty great. I'm not in the market for more credit cards. Fortunately, I have a good grasp on credit and spending, but there's a lot of features within this that is designed to help people not fall further into debt. And I absolutely know some people personally that could have used this. So this might be a really good way for people to probably get a grasp on credit, just as a concept. If you have your phone actively trying to help you, seems like a good thing. Apple also has a credit card in case you're at a place that doesn't accept Apple Pay. And it is the most Apple credit card ever. There's nothing on the card. And it's made out of titanium. Apple is introducing a subscription service that will go across mobile, iOS, iPad, and then also desktop, where you pay a subscription fee, which they haven't revealed yet, and you'll be able to play games. Their reasoning for that is they said on like iOS, there's more people that play free games because they're free, and they want to give developers a chance to have their game seen if it's a paid app, and they're doing that through a subscription model. And there's 100 plus new games. They're keeping with the same plan from earlier with Apple News Plus, where you pay once and your entire family can use it, which is pretty cool. The other thing is that you can play offline, which there's a bunch of different game subscription services these days. Some rely on always-on connection, some don't. But obviously, if they don't, that's better. Pricing to come. Oh, I thought they would just say it's $9.99, but we don't know. And also, it's coming later this year, so guess we'll hear more about that at some point in the future. So now we've moved on to the Apple TV, and the biggest thing, I think, is channels, where you can actually pay for a specific channel that you want. Apple has wanted to do this for years. There's been rumors about this for years, but they could never get the companies to cooperate, because if you want to watch TV, you have to buy big cable packages. And it looks like they're finally doing it, which is really cool. Albeit there's not that many channels to choose from, but I'm sure that, other people will get on board in the near future. Otherwise, Apple TV is just really convenient. I don't watch a whole lot of television and movies, but it's like the most beautiful way to put all your stuff in one place. And the fact that they've gotten all of the services to work like that, where you can open up one thing and it'll show you what you are watching in Amazon, and it'll show you stuff that you've got coming up from different services, because you can combine them all into one. It's really neat. I mean, I don't watch TV, but if I did, that's how I would do it. The Apple TV app is coming to smart TVs. That's interesting. So you don't even have to buy an Apple TV anymore to get the same experience? I mean, that's convenient, I guess. Apple TV Plus. Which is coming to us straight from heaven, it seems. Before Apple explains exactly what this is, they're showing us a video, which is typical Apple, but they are throwing out a whole lot of famous directors in this video. Oh man, the man himself appearing on stage. I mean, this is all well and good, but are you going to be making E.T. 2? Does he come back?
I'm so grateful.
So at this point, they're just plugging the shows that they're working on. Like, boom, plug a show, cut to black, boom. And it keeps going and going and going, which is fine. They're trying to hype this up. Just wondering exactly how many shows, whether you're paying, that's the thing I'm curious about. This is wild and also really, really cool. There's a show that's going to be on Apple TV Plus that's created by the Sesame Street Workshop team that focuses on teaching preschoolers coding, which I think is super cool and fascinating, because, that's the future, is coding. The idea of teaching children that is awesome. I love it. So the rumors were true. Apple TV Plus does exist. Apple is jumping into their own, content creation. And they're doing it in a very different way, where they're not focused on having the most, they're focused on having the best. Is that going to pan out? I don't know. I'm really curious to see how much it costs. No pricing revealed. Just coming in the fall. It's a really interesting idea, because, as opposed to a company like Netflix, which South Park actually made a joke about, hi, Netflix, you're greenlit. This is the complete polar opposite of that idea, where they're seeking out, some of the most well-renowned creative professionals and having them do it. It's also probably costing Apple a crap load of money. There's a lot of investment going into this, no doubt. It's just which one is the correct one, I don't know. I don't know if people are going to be willing to pay a premium to see this content. Not to mention, in some way, not that they're specifically attempting to do it this way, but by not funding, the shows like Netflix would fund. There's creative professionals who haven't had a chance to achieve the status of Steven Spielberg, who could be the next Steven Spielberg. Again, it doesn't actually matter because Netflix is taking care of that audience, right? But it's just a weird thing to think about, the idea of not trying to offer the most, but to offer the best. Oprah. It's Oprah. Is that Oprah? It's Oprah in a white cape. Literal superhero Oprah. I mean, any way you slice it, this is a big deal. One of the most powerful women in the world saying, this is why I have joined forces with Apple. Like, there's going to be a lot of people that would sign up just for Oprah alone. There's a standing ovation for Oprah and Tim Cook hugging. Tim Cook cried. I mean, it's a pretty typical Apple event. That's it. It's over. There's a small part of me that was hoping that they would tease something about the Mac Pros, because new Mac Pros are promised in 2019, but it was not meant to be. That being said, if Oprah is the end of your event, you don't try and one-up Oprah with probably anything. So I guess that's understandable. So that was interesting. Hopefully, if you didn't see the event, I've given a fairly reasonably good recap of it. There was a few surprises in there. I did not expect the Apple Card, and I did not expect it to be as good looking as it was. Now, to be fair, a lot of the services and stuff that is built in is available elsewhere. Like, if you just sign up for Mint, you could have access to this stuff, but there's something to be said for everything to be in one place, in one convenient package, so I can see the appeal of it. Otherwise, the event, which I assumed would just be like Apple saying, we make TV shows now, actually ended up being a lot more. And because of that, because I had my expectations set so low, it ended up being a lot better. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Did you see the event? If you haven't seen the event, then maybe I did give a good recap. What do you think of the new services? And I think the most important question out of this, would you be willing to pay for Apple TV Plus? Would you be willing to pay for the best content there is? And more importantly, what would that number be? $9.99 a month? Or is it not worth quite that much to you? Does there need to be more content? It's one of those things, like they said they're going to add more every month. You know, you could probably wait like a year until there's a lot of stuff on the service and then watch it. It's just a very interesting concept, the idea of not going after the most, but just going after the best. And again, best is absolutely subjective, but sure, when you are putting creative people on a project that have won many awards, things like that, then yeah, I think you're probably allowed to say the best. At least if you put air quotes around it. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?